Television impacts us much more than we think.
It affects Hispanics from who they interact with to who they are today.
We're here with Edgar Ramirez. So tell me, where did you grow up at?
Well, for the first 10 years of my life, I resided in the southwest side of Houston, Texas.
Where were you born at?
I was born in Mexico, Puebla to be exact.
Alrighty, so growing up, what kind of TV shows did you watch?
Well, when I was young, we grew up with novelas and Chavo del Ocho.
And now?
It's number BET and HBO.
And where did this cultural difference originate at?
Well, when I was 6th grade, I moved to the north side, Acres Homes to be exact. And if y'all know where that's at, it's black neighborhood, so I had to get used to what they watch to fit in.
And was it hard for you to fit in?
Yes, because I was in ESL for the first 2 years when I moved to this side of town. All we spoke was Spanish, so it was like a 100-degree change to this side, numbered English.
Alright, so now who do you consider like your best friends? Like,
Well, all my friends are all black, but my fraternity is Hispanic, so I would say both.
alright, thank you.
Because of here we are with Eric Peña, who came to the United States when he was 7 years old. Eric, tell us, how was it for you when trying to fit in this country, in Mexico?
Well, at first, like, I really didn't know the language at all. So from that point, like, I didn't understand what, like, the cartoons on TV were. So my parents used to watch a lot of, like, Spanish television, Univision, and, like, other, well, I don't remember the other stations, Galavisión maybe, back then. And so I felt like I was taught to mainly speak to other, Hispanic children. And, like, I was kind of afraid of, like, other races that didn't speak Spanish, like African Americans, or even like white people to me, or something like that. I should just not approach, because when I was like in school, like I would we had like the different classrooms for like the non-native speakers, and like we kind of got bullied by like the English speakers, and like I don't even know what they were telling me, but now that I understand English better, like I know they were teasing me about not being able to communicate with them. But I mean, once I learned the language, it was a lot easier.
So watching the Spanish television for you was impacting your life today, in the sense that, for example, when you look at your friends, the majority of your friends are from what ethnic background?
Like I think in schools, the schools that I went to was mainly like a Hispanic community. So I have a lot of Hispanic friends from high school, but once I've been here in college, like I've met so many people from other countries, and that's really opened up my mind to like different cultures and things like that.
And do you feel that television that you were watching when you just came to this country, still has an impact on your life today?
Well, I think definitely. Like I think television in Spanish, like the culture's completely different than like English television. Like we have like things like that, like. I don't know, like they have like things like Walter Mercado and all these weird things that like if I told white people about, like they'd be like, what are you talking about?
Alright, thank you, Eric.
Right.
We're here with Luis Lopez, who grew up in the central side of Houston and whose first language was English. Luis, tell me, growing up and only speaking English, how did that affect the way you communicated with students that spoke Spanish?
Growing up, everybody in my, I guess you could say, community predominantly spoke English, but whenever it came to speaking Spanish with like family members and stuff, I would usually get, it would be hard for me to communicate with them sometimes. Like my grandparents would get mad at me because I didn't speak Spanish.
Is there anything that you've done to try to change that?
Recently, a couple of years ago, I started people that I use social with, either playing sports or here at school. I'll either start the conversation in Spanish, or if they start speaking Spanish, I'll continue in Spanish, just so I can just basically practice more. If I have questions, I ask them. I feel more comfortable speaking to them about it because they'll help me instead of just me.
Alrighty, thank you.
Norma, as we have seen, television definitely has an impact on the life of people.
Whether you're born in a different country or born here.
For Team Featured from El Gato Media Network, I'm Carlos Valenzuela.
And I'm Norma Vasquez.